Today it's past versus present as the California Bruisers take on the Miami Wizards. The teams will be competing against each other in 3 events, the first being a shootout, the second being a regular game, and the third one being an all-out brawl. Before we get into the action, we have to introduce the teams. Joe Sakic, Wayne Gretzky, and Jaromir Jagr are the first line for the Bruisers. The team as a whole is a collection of the best past NHL players in NHL 23 according to EA. Your second line is Gordie Howe, Mario Lemieux, and Maurice Richard, which somehow looks nastier than the first line. The third line being Mark Messier, Jean Beliveau, Teemu Selanne, and the fourth line being Marcel Dion, Howie Morenz, and Peter Forsberg. And on defense, we have Nicholas Lindstrom, Chris Chelios on the first line, Ray Bourque, Paul Coffey on the second line, and Larry Robinson and Chris Pronger on the third line. The goalies definitely won't be a surprise. Patrick Roy and Martin Brodeur are your goalies. The starting goalie will be playing in the actual game, while the backup goalie will be in net for the shootout. And for the Wizards, same deal, highest overall players on the present day NHL rosters. Artemi Panarin, Connor McDavid, and David Pastrnak on your first line. Nikita Kucherov, Leon Draisaitl, and Nathan MacKinnon on the second line. Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, and Mikko Rantanen on the third line, with Mitch Marner, Sidney Crosby, and Alex Ovechkin on the fourth line. That is just straight up nasty, honestly. That fourth line is disgusting. And also, if you think the lineups are weird, I kind of agree, but I just let EA Sports do their own thing because that's kind of the whole point of this. On defense, we have Roman Josi and Cale Makar on line number 1, Adam Fox and Victor Hedman on line number 2, and Rasmus Dahlin and Erik Karlsson on the third line. And in net, Vasilevsky as the starter and Shesterkin as the backup. So during the shootout is going to be Shesterkin versus Martin Brodeur. The only thing left to do is to get the event started, and we're starting with the shootout. Each team is getting 5 shooters, and an interesting choice, Crosby is starting for the Wizards, and he buries to get us underway. Marcel Dion for the Bruisers, and he goes for the fancy move. You think the Wizards would have been going for that. He does not bury, and it's Mitch Marner up next for the Wizards. Can they take a 2-for-2 start to the shootout? Yes, they can, with a big bury by Mitch Marner. Teemu Selanne can't score with Shesterkin either. It's 2-0 Wizards. Matthew Tkachuk could make it 3-for-3 for the Wizards, but he's stopped by Brodeur. This is a big shot for Jaromir Jagr. He has to make it virtually, and he cannot. Shesterkin is locked in, 3 saves in a row. And now Cale Makar. Still no McDavid being unleashed by the Wizards. That's an interesting choice. Cale Makar is stopped as well. They need a goal right now. If the Bruisers don't score, it's over. And they're sending in Wayne Gretzky. I'd say that's a pretty smart decision. And he cannot bury. Shesterkin shuts out the first shootout. It is a best of 3. Let's see what happens in round number 2. And for the second shootout, I have changed the shooters from the first one, so there will not be a repeating player, at least for the first 5 shooters of each team. Nathan MacKinnon starts off the second shootout, and it's a big save by Martin Brodeur, with Mario Lemieux up first for the Bruisers, and Shesterkin keeps the streak alive. 6 saves in a row. Not even Lemieux can bury. And Austin Matthews setting up next for the Wizards, taking his time, takes a wrist shot, and he snipes it home past Brodeur. No problem. That puts the pressure on Maurice Richard. His team has not scored yet, and now they're down. Can he be the first to do it? Yes, he can. Shesterkin, his perfect shootout record is over. Connor McDavid making his way down, and he backhands it home. He didn't make it fancy, he just made it work. Jean Beliveau, he is a born leader. He takes his time. Shesterkin's all over it. Artemi Panarin with a great chance to put the real pressure on here. If he scores, he will not, which means the Bruisers definitely still alive. Ray Bourque is up next. What's he gonna do? Seeing eye isn't gonna help you here. There's no screen, but he does bury. Ray Bourque, a massive goal to tie up the shootout heading into the final round. Nikita Kucherov's definitely gotta be nervous now. He doesn't need to score, but he definitely feels like he has to, and he will. Make it snappy, not required. He beats Brodeur, and now it's a must-score scenario for the Bruisers. What a shot. And it will be Peter Forsberg. Literally has a shootout move named after him. Will he try to pull it off? He will, but he doesn't bury, and the Wizards take the shootout, winning both in a row. And this man is a huge reason. Shesterkin was an absolute brick wall. We move on to an actual game. We're only playing 1. And the game is underway, starting with a big hit. Reminder that Patrick Roy and Andrei Vasilevsky are your goaltenders now. Connor McDavid Gets absolutely destroyed, and Yossi panicked. Didn't want to make a play. He makes a big poke check there, though. Gretzky finds Chelios, who is dangling. Imagine the scenes if they pulled that off. Connor McDavid might be hurt, which would be a huge blow. I did not turn injuries off. Is he going to come back? And he's on the bench. I think we're fine. We got Maurice Richard looking to make a move. He is destroyed by Hedman, and we're getting a fight. A little preview of later on. And I think that's an injury for the Bruisers, which is not ideal. Hedman with the dodges. A nice uppercut. Gordie Howe, I mean, it's called a Gordie Howe hat trick for a reason. I'm just saying. I expect him to win this fight, but he's getting walloped right now. Victor Hedman's pretty tall. I guess that does make a difference. Seems to be a stalemate right now, and Gordie Howe drops Hedman with an uppercut. Hopefully that gives this team some momentum. Gets body. The amount of hitting. This game is physical. They're the Bruisers for a reason. Rasmus Dahlin has a lot of space. The puck's bouncing. It was there, but they can't bury. Matthews finds Rantanen. The pass is intercepted by Coffey, and they take it the other way. 2 minutes remaining in the first. Joe Sakic can't get nothing off of that. Wayne Gretzky. It's been a physical game so far. Ovechkin with the shutdown play. The fact this is their fourth line is kind of crazy. Marner to Ovechkin to Crosby. One of the best chances of the game so far, but they don't get nothing out of it. Running out of time, and time will expire not before Ovechkin rips one at Waugh, but no score in the first. Opening draw is won by McDavid once again, and then it's a tripping penalty on Jaromir Jagr. McDavid finds Pasternak. They might not even need the power play, but they will take it. Panarin gets destroyed, but he makes the play to Pasta. What's he gonna do? Takes his time, rips one, big save by Waugh, and the power play is over, but the pressure is on. Score Artemi Panarin in front of the net. A beautiful feed by Pasternak. It's been all him in the second period, and it's 1-0 Wizards. What a rip by Sakic. Can he do anything with it? Yes, he can. He scores an absolute laser beam of a wrist shot. Just like that, this game is tied, and I don't know what's gonna happen next, honestly. Teemu Selanne. What a hit by Roman Josi. Wizards are here to play physical too. That's all I'm saying. Hey, a retaliation hit by Morenz, and time will expire in the second. We go to the third period, tied 1-1. McDavid to Josi. They're making plays. McDavid saved by Waugh, and Dion will take it in. He'll take a shot. It's blocked. Edmund gets stripped by Forsberg. Wayne Gretzky, the play is there. There's no way that doesn't go in. Paul Coffey to Bork. Seeing eye still doesn't go in. 56 seconds remaining. Anyone's game. Tied 1-1. What's gonna happen? Artemi Panarin, 21 seconds remaining. Finds McDavid. The puck is blocked by Chelios. Are we gonna get overtime? It sure seems like it. Lemieux finds Selanne. Keeps it. Big poke check by McDavid. But Lemieux has time, finds Gordie Howe. Vasilevsky saves it, and we only have 1.6 seconds remaining. And with the time expiring, Vasilevsky does have to make one more save. He does it, and we're going to overtime. And it's 3-on-3 overtime at that. Big stick lift, doesn't matter. Gretzky has space. It's Gretzky versus McDavid. This is what we're here for. Big poke check by McDavid, and he's going the other way. Use those wheels. He chooses not to for some reason. He's probably gassed, let's be honest. What a rip by Adam Fox. A big clap bomb attempt. It's no good. Joe Sakic now the other way. What's his plan? What's he gonna do? He's gonna find Jagr, who gets board played. Kicks it along. Adam Fox with a big play. Draisaitl finds Pasternak for the clap bomb, and he calls game. The Wizards win the shootout, win the game. They are your overall winners no matter what happens in the brawl. That's gotta be a big sting for the Bruisers. The boys are celebrating right now. They earned it, let's be honest. They were playing amazing. Final stats, 12 shots to 9 for the Wizards. 6 minutes and 52 seconds of time on attack to 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Our third and final event is the all-out brawl, which I'm now gonna call the line brawl from now on. Each team will be picking 3 players to go 1v1 in a fight, and it's a best of 3 sets. So whoever wins 2 fights takes the event. Starting with the first fight, which is Connor McDavid versus Wayne Gretzky. Who do you have as the winner? They drop the mitts. They hit each other with an uppercut to start. They haven't locked in yet. There goes McDavid, initiates the clinch. Lands a shot. Big dodge by Gretzky. So far, McDavid's killing it. Well, Gretzky lands another shot. One punch knockout out of nowhere by Connor McDavid. That is a KO if I've ever seen one. My God, where did that come from? This is a work of art right here. Look at the stare down after the knockout. Gretzky doesn't even know where he is. Fight number 2 is Sidney Crosby versus Mario Lemieux. And they're getting it underway. I have to say Lemieux's the favorite here, but it's not Crosby's first rodeo. They're both dodging uppercuts right now. Lemieux gets another shot in. Lemieux definitely has the height advantage as well. He's definitely using it right now. A bunch of dodges, landing a bunch of punches as well. And Crosby's health bar is going down. It's not over yet, though. It only takes one punch, as we saw already. Another uppercut by Crosby. And Lemieux gives him one right back. And there it is. Lemieux beats Crosby. I don't think anyone's surprised there. It'll come down to the final fight to determine who wins the Brawl event. At this point, you just don't want to get swept if you're the Bruisers. And our third and final fight is Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe versus Matthew Tkachuk. I'm very interested to see how this one goes. The mitts are officially off, and Tkachuk lands a great punch to start, followed by an uppercut after a dodge. Blocked by Howe, and he initiates the clinch. Lands a shot on Tkachuk, goes for the uppercut, misses. Tkachuk does not miss his uppercut. Back and forth with uppercut attempts. They're still going for the bucket comes off. No helmets necessary for the end of this one. And patience. Tkachuk's definitely taking those uppercuts nicely, but he can't take too many more. Down to the wire. Who's it gonna be? Matthew Tkachuk knocks down Howe. Which means it's a 3-0 sweep in events for the Wizards. They beat the Bruisers 2-0 in the shootout. They beat them fair and square in overtime in the regular game, and they beat them 2-1 in the line brawl. That is going to be it for me today, though. I had a lot of fun making this. If you have any suggestions on how to make it better, let me know. I'm all ears. This is the first time I've done something like this. Also, let me know who you think the MVP for the Wizards was, and 2 other teams you'd like to see face off against each other, because I'd love to do this again. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.